Good morning, Spartans. Welcome to Tuesday morning here on the market. Looking at a few things. CPI came out this morning. That was a big push that we've seen across the market. But as you can tell, some things didn't like that push. AMD and Nvidia both dropping back pretty good. Google, SPY, both coming down as well. IWM, all pulling back off of that CPI push. All right. Going to jump in, get the private group up and running with their morning setup, and then we'll come back and we'll fix some of these charts. Just like every morning, if you have any questions, please make sure you post up there in chat. If there's anything you want me to look at, talk about, post up there, and we'll get that taken care of as soon as I'm back. All right, got that posted. Now let's jump in here and take a look at some of this charting. This one's going to be range on Monday. And then we're going to set up our pre-market high, pre-market low. And pre-market. Decent gap up there in the pre-market. All right, so we got pre-market high on Friday. This is pre-market high. Monday. You want to watch both of those. Can delete that one. Opening rate. Pre-market high. Pre-market low. One second. All right, sorry about that. Quick little phone call. Palantir still dropping down off that all-time high, except from CPI this morning, trying to push back up. few more minutes, guys. All right, minute to go, guys. All right, we are live. Market is now open. Big push there on Apple again. AMD and Nvidia dropping back pretty hard. Video's still dropping. Google and PayPal jumped on that push. AMD off support. Google and PayPal both pushing, and SPY looks like it's now wanting some more to the upside. IWM as well. Not a whole lot going on so far. Trying to wait for some of this chop to play out. 12 minutes in. Kind of watching. Apple pulling back from its large opening push, which is creating a few, well, it's not really creating, but a few other things are creating a spot drop here. guys, we just PT'd on our first trade, which was this one here on SPY. Quick little drop here, still got more to the downside, but and that quick little pop allowed us to PT on that one, which was by 637p. We alerted it. PT was 10. 20%. But there you go. Quick and easy as that. God, Tesla just keeps dumping. Kind of watch it for a little bit of resistance or support here. We did not get it. 3088's next charted. Watching this consolidation here on Tesla and TSLL, kind of what I'm taking a quicker, more in-depth look at here. Definitely has that room for consolidation. Slight rejection. What I was looking for. SPY came all the way back up to VWAP and dropping back if you're still holding that one. We did get back under entry, so and another PT. And we're not even 30 minutes in. PT'd on this one with Tesla or TSLL. Hey, what's up, Leaf? How are you doing, sir? Are you streaming this morning or today? So that's 2 for 2 before 9 o'clock. Oh, sweet. If you are, once I get off, I'll definitely watch. Got a few more questions I need to go over with you and ask. You know, from the master himself. Watch that spy right here, too. Okay, cool. Yeah, I checked out some of the YouTube stuff that you've been doing, so keep up the good work. Really like it. Telling you, one day I'm gonna get on that level. Yeah, dude, I mean it. You know, I'm still new to that area, but you're just absolutely killing it. Um, might have to swap over to PC and expand those horizons, kind of like what we were talking about yesterday. Yeah, no, I agree, and I didn't realize that until the other night. I got that warning, and I was like, "What?" So definitely something I have to look into. Not something that's probably going to happen anytime soon, but I still got a lot to learn and still have fun and enjoy it. So, especially if you're doing what you are on the PS5, I've got a lot of room to go. Yeah, but I mean, you're not doing small ones by any means. Yeah, I want to try to jump over there once I get done here. Probably be close to lunch. Yeah, no, I agree, and that's kind of what I'm doing. Just trying, and if it works, it works. If not, delete it and go again. But I want to figure out the the streaming thing. Even though I mean this is my main gig, but I still think it'd be fun to get on there and stream with you, and maybe we can do like where they do that collab thing. I think that'd be pretty cool. But I don't want to downgrade your stream and what you got going on though. Yeah, and I'm definitely learning that. Once a week specials. Not sure what you're talking about there, ops guy. So Tesla dropped back again. So definitely some more room for consolidation. This is what we seen last time when it consolidated. Now we're looking at it again. So if you're still in this trade, be careful. We've definitely got room for it to pull back. And SPY needs to find a top here to make lower highs. Continue its downside push. But 10:06, so we could easily be seeing a reversal in the market. Let's go ahead and set up our opening range real quick. Opening range high, opening range low. And then we'll pull up SPY on the main chart. And then we'll set up opening range high and low here. And then opening range low. Yeah, so that opening range low right here at that support and resistance line. Key area there on SPY to the downside. Sorry, one was posting in the private group. So yeah, you can see we didn't get that high range here on SPY. We're now over VWAP. So if we base here off this pre-market high from yesterday, we could see a push back up from here today. That's why we focus on those quick ins and outs. That's why we have a profit target, and that's why we stick to them. You never know when these reversals are going to happen. If you guys are new here, please make sure you give us a like, subscribe. If you're on Twitch, follow. It's free. You can see when we go live, and it help us grow the channel. We're still new to the streaming thing. We've been streaming a little over a month now, so you guys following along really helps us out. IWM looks like it wants to test that pre-market high. All right, here we are back at Tesla. So we came back to this support resistance line. This is a moving support and resistance. Looks like we held. So let's see if we can drop down for new low a day. By the way, Clash wouldn't road hand me. Only enhance it. Well, dude, yeah, I'll try to set it up and we can do it one day if you want. Just let me know. Of course, it'd have to be after stream, but I mean, we could do it one night. We could do it one weekend. I just got to figure out how to set it up. I quickly looked at it from where we talked about it last week over the weekend. Um, but my brain power was gone. I looked at it and I was like, this shouldn't be too bad, and that's about all it did. So um, just got figured out. But yeah, if you're down, we can do it. Needs a help. Don't alert or okay. Yeah, I'll shoot you a message on Discord or something like that if that's cool. There's that rejection I was looking for. Yeah, I mean if you're cool with that, like I said, I'll shoot you a message on Discord. Yeah, very cool, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. I think it'd be fun. Just gotta figure out how to do it. So once again, we're seeing this bigger drop. So we had a big drop, consolidated, big drop, consolidated, big drop. Now we're trying to consolidate a little bit again. It's only Tuesday, so these drops don't hurt our premiums too bad, but there's something to keep in mind. Entry was 35. This drop brought us back to 42. This one brought us back to 47. Got to be careful chasing these. But this is where runners come into play. IWM breaking that pre-market high. Yeah, hopefully you get on later, Leaf. I want to watch. Yesterday I got on in the morning, and I usually pull up mine about 8:40 ish, 8:45, and I seen you were on, but I had to get all my stuff set up, and then once I got up and running, I had yours on in the background, and I was checking in from time to time. But of course, being on stream and stuff, I couldn't really listen or interact. And as soon as I got off, you were playing your exit music. As soon as I jumped over there, I was like, "Dang it!" All right, see if we get this rejection here again. 4 a.m. Holy crap, man! Do you have people that watch you that early? Wow. I'm kind of stuck doing what I do because I can only do it during market hours. So I'm 9 to 12, 9 to 1. But doing what you do, you could literally stream anytime you want. Spy pushing here as well off that pre-market high from Monday. So starting to get a little bit of that rejection. So this is a put. As this comes down, comes back up. Once this rejects, our premiums will increase. Because, like I said, this is a put. We're going to do the opposite of what the stock is doing. So here's that drop. And you can see it's pushing that premium up. I didn't know it, but my dog is laying right behind my chair. See if we can get a bounce here on IWM. It looks like it's not wanting to hold. SPY is starting to drop back too, so if we don't hold this area, we can see definitely more to the downside. And see, there's that drop, followed by that increase here in our premium. So as long as we keep following this peach line and it keeps holding this downtrend, we can definitely see more to the downside. Oh, cool. Thanks, Ops. I just sent that uh, shoot confirmation email over to you. So once you get it, just read through there. If you got any questions, let me know, and we will get you taken care of. Thank you, man. No, thank you. Are you following us here on Twitch too? There's that pop on IWM. Hey, Ops, if you're still here, um, how long you been trading options? Just curious. If you guys are new here, make sure you follow us there on Twitch. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and give us a thumbs up though. I know I say that a lot, but it really goes a long way to helping us and the channel out. So this consolidation on Tesla has been getting less and less. So if you're still in that Tesla trade, I would definitely think about exiting it sooner rather than later. because we're just going to keep eating premium. Unless something massive happens, I don't see us getting a new high here on this option or a new low on Tesla. Could definitely be wrong, but we're an hour in and looks like things are starting to trend sideways. Yeah, really starting to go sideways here. Um, Yeah, starting to just kind of trail off a little bit here. IWM trying to draw back, but I don't think that's going to hold. Looking at a few other American Airlines, and this one, which is an ETF, which is a little trickier. Yeah, not seeing a whole lot, guys. A lot of this sideways movement's just really not worth it. Tesla, we were playing that to the downside. It's kind of fizzing out. We're still well over our entry and our PT. But this sideways action's just not paying. It looks like a few things are wanting to try to push to the upside. We're just not getting that push. We had that big pre-market push off of CPI numbers, and then we retraced a lot of that after Bell. Looks like everything pretty much found bottom now and trying to push back up. But we're coming into some of these levels that we had made earlier, and it's just having a hard time with. Scanned around, looked at a few other things, but as you can tell, things are starting to just die off. So we're in this weird area where we're just going to be waiting and watching to see what happens, what forms, and if there's anything that we want to play going into lunchtime or even in the afternoon hours. But right now, like I said, not a whole lot. Not a real good setup. After we had back to back profit this morning, it's just don't really want to chase and give that stuff back. So I apologize if it's a little boring in here today, but if you guys have any questions, please post up there in chat. I'd be more than happy to help. And also make sure you give us a follow. We're here. We trade every day the market's open. Um, I'm an open and honest guy. I will tell you like it is. I'm here to help. Yes, we do have a private group and all that stuff, but that's not my main goal. My main goal is to just help people with trading and to becoming a profitable options trader. Um, hey, thank you, kid, for the KD for the follow there. Appreciate it. But that's what we do. Yes, we have a private group where we offer everything from alerts, of course, but we offer a chat room, training room. We do weekly one-on-ones. We do charting classes. We do just about anything we can. My goal with the group is to build a community of like-minded individuals that's there to help everybody grow and support one another. It's not uncommon for some of our members to see a trade and alert it to the group, and we jump in and make money. That's what we're trying to build. Um, like I said, my goal is to teach you how to become a profitable options trader and not just spoon feed you alerts. We do offer a 7-day free trial on all of our subscription levels. We've got nothing to hide. We're an open book. Actually, that reminds me, I post every week on our social media all of our trades that we took the previous week. I finished that one yesterday. I've got to get it posted today. But that way you can see all of our trades, the good, the bad, and everything in between. We've got nothing to hide. So actually, I've got the previous week I can show you. So that was the week before. So that week that shows you every alert we had in the private group, and we had 18 alerts total, and 4 of them were below our profit target. So not bad, I don't think. Um, like I said, we're an open book. We show you everything we do, and end of the day, I'm just here to help you guys learn and grow as a trader. So if you would, please make sure you follow us here on Twitch, or if you're on YouTube, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to that channel. And join us. We're a newer channel. We've only been streaming a little over a month, so we're trying to do everything we can to grow the community. There's a lot of IWM is finally starting to get that push off that pre-market high. There's a lot of negativity in the market for people that wanting to help. Everybody says that we're not but that there's a lot of scammers out there. There's a lot of people that will lie to you and do anything they can to get you in their group and get your money. No, with us, you place your own trades, all your own buys, your own sells. I don't tell you what to buy. I don't tell you when to sell. I just show you what I buy and when I sell it. If you follow along, that's completely up to you. Um, I will never ask you for your account information. You don't even have to tell me your buying power. None of that. So we're definitely not a scam. Like I just showed you, that was every trade we took last week. We're an open book, so we will do anything we can to help you out. So sorry about that little rant, but yeah, if you would just make sure you give us a follow here. It goes a long way to help out the group. Spy coming into a pretty key level here. Let me get that pulled up on the main chart. So we've got opening range high, pre-market high, and we're coming into that. All of our indicators are pointing up, which is a positive. But if you look, zoom out a little bit, too far. 5 will work. We hit this area once, twice. Now this is the third time. Yesterday it never was really in play. But if we break here and here, we've got whole level resistance at 640 even. But if we can break this and get some confirmation to the upside, we could test that all-time high here on SPY. Talking a little bit about that in the private group. So yeah, coming in this key area. This is the 2 minute. This is the 5 minute. Okay, so we're over that line now. 640.14. So now what I'm going to do, since we're over, I'm going to jump into the 100 tick chart and just keep a closer eye on it. So we were looking at the 5 minute and the 2 minute. Once we get our levels, then I drop down to the 100 and just take a quicker look at it. So this is 640.07. So let's come in here. I'm going to draw a line. I'm going to watch because these don't come over. So this white line is going to represent this purple one here. So let's give this a minute. We're starting to drop back. So yeah, I'm going to give it a few minutes and watch. Give me 1 sec, guys. So it looks like Spy rejected that level that we were watching here and here. So it kind of goes back to that waiting and watching game. I had a feeling we were going to reject it, but um, we lost it pretty quickly on the retest. But I'm going to take a few minutes. We're going into 11 o'clock. I'm going to run and grab me some coffee real quick. You guys sit tight and make sure you take this minute to follow the page if you're not. Just it's a quick little push of the button and goes a long way to help us out. And that way you can join us every day we go to live. So, but yeah, hang out. I will be back shortly. Oh, and I probably gotta let the dog out too, so it might take a minute. Anyway, I'll be back in a minute. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. So it looks like SPY decided to push. Um, we broke, we retested, we dropped down, came to this supporting, this moving support resistance that we watch, held, pushed back up. Looks like we may get a slight retest here. Not chasing, excuse me, not chasing yet, but we could move towards that all-time high, so be careful. Gain a little bit of volume there. I'm lurking. What's up, buddy? I figured you were already started stream. I hadn't had a chance to look, but and we PT'd on the trade. That was a quick one. Off of that green candle there, as you can see here, which was on the SPY. We got in at 58. PT at 70, and that was a quick pop. Like I said, this green candle equated to that big green candle. Difference between a stock and an option, and yeah, that was a quick PT. So I'll get that posted here for you guys. We alerted that one in private group. 58 PT on that one was 70 for 20%. Hey Leaf, we need to get you in trading options, buddy. Just saying, just throwing that out there. So remember what we were talking about earlier with the room for consolidation. Spy's got a little bit of room to consolidate back to this peach line. Um, so as you can see here, and now it's pushing higher. So it looks like we just lost that consolidation. We need to bounce pretty quickly here on Spy. That's why you don't chase. Set up the runners and let the runners do the work. If you get out of a trade, you get out of a trade. And we did get that bounce. Watch as we come into that 641 level and then quickly at 641.44 just above it. We are getting the momentum of Google. We had some of Apple, Nvidia, AMD, Tesla, IWM all trying to push as well, so they could push that SPY higher. that whole number of resistance and some room for consolidation. Just be careful there. And then once again, right here where we need to be for another push. But as you can see, what it's been doing to that premium. I'm no longer in this trade. I don't know why you would be, even though this trade could go and keep going. But these drops on these consolidations are below my my price target. So it just is not worth it on a high risk trade. I don't really care if this trade goes to $1,000. Made the money on it and letting it run. All right, it can run. We've already made our money on it, so I'm going to keep alerting it and keep watching it. But AMD with a good push and Nvidia as well. If these two really start pushing, that could definitely help with that SPY. But once again, Nvidia and AMD is just so expensive. Outside the realm of what we like to play in the group, 185 on Nvidia is not bad, but you're still over all-time high on Nvidia at 185. So smart money, you're just not going to play it. Smaller wall, 5K at 182.5 on Nvidia. I don't see the appeal in SPY. Why is it such a hot stock on Wall Street bets? That I have no clue. I don't follow Wall Street bets. Those guys, I don't know if you're around during the GME and AMC and all that stuff. That's where they really started pushing it. I learned about them around that time, so I stopped following them. So why they have so much appeal on Wall Street bets, I no clue. For us, it is let's I never joined. I was all in on Tesla type. Yeah, dude, Tesla back then was awesome. I remember trading Tesla when it was $600-700 up till over $1,200, and then we split back down to almost 100, and everybody thought Tesla was going to tank, but whatever. But yeah, we killed GME and AMC days, and BlackBerry and all those other meme stocks. But the big appeal with SPY, you get a lot of movement in it, so you can see it from here to here. I wouldn't consider SPY a beginner stock by any means. Yeah, very volatile, highly volatile. One thing that SPY and a lot of your ETFs like IWM, QQQ, and all that, they do zero DTE trades, which means 0 days till expiration. So being a zero DTE, you've got to be on the right side of the trade. If you're not, it will eat your premiums. So, I mean, this little dip here, you can see equated to over almost a $20 drop, just going from here to here, which was what, half a point. So a half a point in SPY equated to almost a 20 point in the premium, $20 drop in the premium. But one reason that SPY is so has the appeal, besides that volatility and the movement and stuff like that, is that it's made up of so many companies, and it's affected by so much. So that's why it gets the appeal for some people. But for me, in our private group, I try to tell those guys that it's not a beginner friendly stock. And if you're new to options trading, to stay away from it. It's just because, like Apple's a big part of SPY. SPY could be pushing, and if you're not watching Apple and see a dump on Apple, the next thing you know, for no reason, you could see a dump on SPY. So it's tough to trade, and I guess that's why the appeal for it. That and SPX. I don't know if you follow SPX, but SPX is about the same, just a whole lot more expensive. So pulling this up. Now we're going to get all these ads and crap. So this is one reason why SPY here in the background is so important. And so I haven't looked into options. I know it exists, but I'm iffy about joining the herd. Give me a second and I will address that. But the S&P 500 is what the SPY is made up of. It is the ETF of the S&P 500, and the S&P 500 is basically the top 500 performing stocks. So this is the weight of the SPY, or the S&P 500. So this is 500 tickers. Actually, I scrolled through a second ago. I don't know why there's 503 on there. Makes no sense when it's S&P 500. But this is the weight of each ticker on the S&P 500. So NVIDIA, we're watching NVIDIA. NVIDIA is right here. So NVIDIA is pushing up. It's going to help push this up. Why? Because NVIDIA makes up 7.71% of SPY. Just like Apple, we were talking about a minute ago. Apple's right here is 5.9%. So on and so forth. Meta, Broadcom. Here's your two Googles, Tesla, Berkshire Hathaway, Walmart, which we watch, JP Morgan. So it's a lot of these. And then, of course, the further down you get, the less weight it pulls. But if you're in SPY and NVIDIA and Apple and or Google and all these are dropping back and you don't see it, then it could affect it. So that's one reason that people really like that appeal of SPY. But yeah, options, man. Options is the way to go. If you're a stock trader and you're not trading options, you're doing yourself an injustice. I don't know how long you've been following us today, but let me see. We had today wasn't any amazing runs. Actually, let me pull this up. I pulled this up earlier for you guys. I don't know if you're in here earlier, but so with our private group, we're 100% transparency. I will show you every trade we take. We focus on options because the return on investment, or the ROI for a option, is much greater than a stock. So that's why we focus on options. But with our private group, we full transparency. I will show every trade that we make in the private group. But this is, I'm still working on last week, but this is the week before, trading week 7/28 through 8/1. So I do have last week's. I just got to finalize the math and get it posted, but last week was a good week as well. Yeah, here's that drop on SPY I was worried about. Anyway, here is everything we did in the private group um, week before. Yeah, cool, man. So, and this is why options trading is the way to go. So, just like Tesla, this one here, we bought it on Thursday. We bought it for $17 or 0.17, which equates in options lingo as $17. And it's a put. So Tesla was dropping on that Thursday. With stocks, you cannot make money on a stock when it goes down. You buy, it goes up, you sell, you make money. You buy, it goes down, you hold till it goes up, you sell and make money. That's it. You can only make money as it goes up. With options, we can make money as it goes up and goes down. So Tesla, we bought an 11p, which tells me that Tesla was trading, or TSLL was trading just over $11 a share. We bought the 11p, which is the 11 put, meaning we wanted it to go down to $11. We bought it at $17. This Friday sale means we held till Friday, and it ran to 107, so $107. So we bought it at 17, sold it at 107 for a $529, 529% return. So two awesome things about puts or options is A, we made money when the stock went down, and B, for this kind of return, a 529 percentage return on an $11 stock times 29%. I mean, you've got to go over $80 for you to get a 529% return. And for it to go that crazy in 2 days with a common stock is not going to happen. So that's why we trade options, and that's why we trade a lot of SPY, because of the volatility. With options, we need that volatility. With stocks, the volatility is not as important. It does help, but with options, we really need that volatility. So I'm pretty sure that's why Wall Street Bets is so focused on SPY. But knowing what I know about those guys, who knows? They kind of do their own thing. But yeah, man, if it, make sure you follow us here on Twitch. We do this every day. We trade options, and we have the private group, which we offer a 7-day free trial. And like I showed you a second ago, we got nothing to hide. We're here to help you guys any way we can. We take traders that have been trading options for a long time into our group and help them become more profitable. And then I take people that into the group that don't even know what an option is. So I tell this story, and I haven't told it in a while on stream, but I'll tell it again. A few years ago, we had a lady from Canada come to us, and she was, I definitely think this Twitch category is underrated, so it's nice to see someone that isn't just a 24-hour camera on a single stock for a change. Oh yeah, no, I agree. There's people on the stock and bonds section on Twitch that, like, they're going to show GME for 24 hours a day. Why? Makes no sense. Anyway, I don't understand why a lot of people do what they do. Anyway, the lady in Canada, she came to us wanting to learn how to trade stocks. She knew what stocks were and yada, 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 so taught her. But she also, by joining the group, seen options, got interested in options, and wanted to know more about options and why people trade options and stuff like that. So I said, hey, if you want to learn options, I'll be more than happy to teach you. So took her into the options category in our group back then. We broke it out and got with her on some one-on-ones and taught her what an option was, how to buy options, this and that. And 6-9 months later, after she's been learning options and how they flow and how to make money at options and in the group and stuff like that. She sends me a message one day, and you'll like this one too. She, like I said, she lives in Canada. She had to take her two sons to the dentist. Canada, I've never been to Canada. Canada's wide open. To take her sons to the dentist, it was about a 2 hour drive. So to take her two sons to the dentist, 2 hours there, two boys doing the dentist thing, and then 2 hours home. It was an all day ordeal. She was a stay at home mom. Her husband worked. So she off to the dentist she goes. She gets there. She's on her phone. She's trading with us. She's trading SPY, and lo and behold, SPY had we back in those Tesla days you were talking about in the GME. We used to see big movements on SPY. Today we're seeing about a 5 point move. It was not uncommon to see a 10, 15 point move on SPY those days. This was what SPY was around $400 a share then. But anyway, so she's at the dentist, she's trading, and lo and behold, that day she does really well on SPY and ends up making enough money in one day at the dentist office to pay off her house. I She ended up making like 168,000 that day just off of trading SPY. Yeah. So she sent me a message and she was just ecstatic. And I was like, first, don't trade anymore today. Second, get with a financial advisor, get with your husband, figure out what you're going to do with this. And yeah, she ended up paying off her house and some credit cards. She was in tears. She said that her husband works 40 plus hours a week and she made almost double in a day than what he does in a year. So it's you can do it. You can do it with options, and that's the cool part. I don't know anybody that makes that kind of money on stocks unless you're just bankrolling a few million and can buy thousands of shares and then see that good movement. Um, but I mean, she did it. I know traders that do, 10, 20, 30,000 a month, and yeah, that's why we trade options. Definitely, she made it. She could have achieved financial freedom at that point, but likely won't since you can get more money if you act early. Yeah. After that, she stuck around in the group for a few more months. I would probably say another 6 months or so, and then dropped off. I haven't talked to her in over a year. I don't know exactly where she's at. Hopefully, she's still making money and doing well with options. Um, but that's the cool things. Options will always be here. You learn it, and it's like a lifelong um, skill, I guess you could say. It's always going to be there, just like mechanics or carpenters or something like that. Options and the stock market is always going to be there. It's been there, for when did the stock market start? In 1800s, early 1900s. I mean, it's not going anywhere, um, and it's just something that you can always do, pass down to your kids. How long have you been trading for? SPY getting a lot of chop going in this all-time high. IWM slight increase, but everything else is trying to trend sideways. Nvidia and AMD is looking decent, but once again, those premiums are just expensive. Um, American Airlines has been pushing today. Some of the travel airline and cruise stocks have been moving. Definitely more on the oversold side of things, but kill that. Sorry about that. Where we were talking about S&P earlier. If um, if you guys have any questions or whatever, feel free to post up there in chat. I will answer them. Not going to be on stream a whole lot longer. Kind of slowing down a bit, and we're getting into lunchtime, which the market kind of trails off usually around then. and then I spend some more time with the private group and try to get some other stuff done. But if you guys ever have any questions, post up there. I'll be more than happy to help. Also, keep in mind if you guys follow us up there on Tesla. One thing to keep in mind if you guys follow us here on Twitch, I will post our alerts, but I only do that once we hit our price target. The guys in the private group pay for that and much better explanation and charting information and classes and all that stuff. So those guys get that proprietary information and get it first. I don't mind sharing those alerts once we hit our profit target. But if you're interested in getting our alerts in real time, that's where they will come from. Just like this SPY. Those guys got it at $58. I think I alerted it here at 76. So just something to keep in mind. I mean, if you want to, great. If not, no big deal. But we do offer a 7-day free trial on all of our subscription levels. So if you want to check it out, you're more than welcome to. But if not, you're more than welcome to hang out here with us every day on stream. All right. starting to see a couple drops there. Nvidia, AMD, Tesla, with quick little turndowns. We are in a trade. I was hoping it would PT before we got off stream. We're a dollar away from it. So, you know what? Let's throw one out there for you guys. I don't know if I would chase. This is the one we're in. American Airlines 13 call. We got in at 13 bucks. So right in here, we're up to 15, $2. PT on it 16. If you want to run a PT, I suggest you do, but I mean it's a $3 PT, but still 20%. It's 20%. Anyway, I'll just throw that out there for you guys. There's a pop, so we just PT'd on that one. Little profit. American Airlines probably just had a dip. No, not bad. Mm. All right, guys. Probably going to start wrapping things up. Going into 12 o'clock. It's been a good day. 3 for 3 on trades in the private group. Can't 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 get any better than that. So, and all those have been posted here. We just, like I said, just hit this one. We we had a, excuse me. We had 4. We had a SPY put, a Tesla put, both PT'd, a SPY call, which we PT'd, and now this one. So we are 4 for 4. And watch SPY getting ready to test that all-time highs. So good day today. Don't want to keep pushing it. Like I said, things are kind of dying off, starting to trend a little sideways. We could see some more upside to the SPY. If we get to that 641.44, watch for a sell-off. I don't foresee us breaking and really pushing, although it could. Historically, we've hit this and dropped back, so just be careful if you're still in this or chasing this movement. But all in all, good day. Please make sure you like, subscribe, give us a thumbs up there on YouTube if you're watching us on YouTube. If you're on Twitch, please make sure you give us a follow. That way you can get notified when we go live. We do this every day. The market's open. We usually jump on stream starting around 9 o'clock. But yeah, I appreciate it. Appreciate all the support. Those guys that followed us today and the couple people that joined the private group. Like I said, the private group, we offer 2 different subscription levels. And for all of our subscription levels, we offer a 7-day free trial. That way you can see that we're the real deal. We've got nothing to hide, and we're here to help you any way we can for you to be a profitable options trader. Watch this SPY, guys. We are getting a good push here. But you know, our main goal is to help you be a profitable options trader. So if you want to check it out, great. Like I said, 7-day free trial, and if you like it, stick around. If not, we cancel the subscription, remove you, become friends, and always here to help. You're more than welcome to stick around on stream as well, but just an option. I'm no pressure kind of guy, so if you join, awesome. If not, that's cool too. As long as you hang out with us on stream and do what you can do to be a profitable options trader, and make sure you keep growing that. So, anyway, started talking, kind of watching the SPY here, but almost 100% on that trade. So, but anyway, guys, like I said, gonna wrap it up and kind of just follow this SPY and see what happens. But got some other things to do, and like I said, going to focus on the private group for a bit. So, yeah, if you would, make sure you follow us along, and I will see everybody back tomorrow morning. So I appreciate it, and see you then. Thanks, guys.